Alrighty, what is this? A Brady SafeKey, which is a lotto padlock. So a nice little aluminium body. It's got a rubber seal in the bottom like a gasket to get crap out of it, which actually makes picking fairly painful. And this like flat tubular lock style key. Yeah, not much else to say about it really. I've got a few different ways of trying to pick this. So most people will use like a wiper insert or something, but I've actually printed these like key profiled things. So obviously there's no bitting on there, right? But it does have a channel to just kind of guide a tool onto the pins. So we're going to try with that. Yeah, so that will go in, and then you don't need a massive amount of tension on these. We just need some. So we're going to start just kind of poking a little bit as we go. The rubber gasket will kind of make picking a little difficult. It's going to just impair that feedback. Yeah, we don't need to do anything too forceful in here. Yeah, patience is just the name of the game of this one. So as far as I can tell, it is not possible to overset this. I could be wrong, but I don't believe it is. I don't think I've managed to overset anything so far with picking, so we're just going to go through and poke stuff. And there we go. It's open, and our little key thing works as well. So you can take that out. I will take this to bits in a minute and show you this working, but we'll have a look at how it fits in there, and I'll put the STL for this up on probably on LPU. I've got like a few different versions of it, so I'm not sure if this is the final version or not, but we'll see. Right, so let's get that on there. Yeah, I'll take it apart. Partially, anyway. So there's the retaining screw of the thing, plate off the bottom. This is that rubber seal, so that sits in there. It does only fit in one way, you can see on the camera, but these pieces are slightly offset and they fit into little like recessed bits in there. So let's take a look at this tool. It does only fit in one way. This is profiled, so you can only put the key in one way, right? This has the same profile, so it just fits in there, and now it's locked up again. It fits in there, and it doesn't, like, it's not a key, but it just has these channels in it that let you guide the pick onto the pins. So as long as you're not using too much tension and you get the right spot with your pokey tool, you will land on like the pins that are in there, and as you pick them you'll see a bit of core movement. The core movement is good. It kind of tells you that you're doing the right thing and progressing basically with the pick. Behaves very similar to a MIUI DS, and then we can pick it open again. So yeah, I'll put the STL up for that on the internet somewhere once I figure out which version of it is that I managed to pick it with. And let's see if I can get this inner part of the core out. There we go. So this is what's in there. It's covered in grease. We've got these bits sticking out at the side, and once the key is inserted, those bits can retract. So that's kind of how it works. Yeah, once they're in the correct spot, these bits retract in, and that allows the whole thing to turn. So obviously these are just interfacing with what I think is a piece of plastic moulding in here. I don't know if this comes out. Doesn't look like it does. But down in here somewhere are some like corresponding pieces that fit on here. So not particularly high security, right? Like you could probably just torque that open. But it is only a lotto lock at the end of the day. And then this is the actuator pull into the back. So, I've got to try and get this thing back inside there now, haven't I? It's going to be irritating. There we go. So that should hopefully still work. Yep, and we'll put our little gasket back in. This piece comes off, and then this is like the rubber seal, which will fit in there. This little bit just sits on top, and then I locked it, so we need to open that up again. I don't know why I'm worrying about pulling all that out, it goes in easy enough. Put the little retaining plate on the bottom, and the screw down in there, and this bit on top, and then that just screws back in, and then it still works. So yeah, there we go. Brady SafeKey and a what I believe is a novel way of tensioning those, which actually makes it much easier than using the wet bird seats.